guys, welcome back to a new video, or welcome if this is your first time here on my channel. My name is Becky. I post a lot of motherhood and vlog content and just tips to be your best self as a mom. So that's kind of what my channel is all about. And this video is definitely fitting into that category because this is going to be my baby registry must-haves. So I've been a mom for a little over a year now, and I can definitely tell you things that we used a ton and didn't use, and things that I wish I put on my registry, and things that I really love that I did put on my registry. So I figured it would be great to just put it all in one video and just do my baby registry must-haves. There's a lot to go over, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we'll start off with like a general category. So this is just gonna have just some different items, and then I'll kind of break things down into other little categories just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to like write down what you want, and you can kind of be pulling up your registry while you're watching this as well. I really like doing that. I watched so many YouTube videos about registry items, so I'm really hoping that this video will help you out too. So let's start off with the general category. The first thing you absolutely need on your registry is a diaper bag, and I am obsessed with this one that I was so kindly gifted from Omanmoli. So this is what it looks like. It is so adorable. It's very like fashionable. I love it. I feel like it doesn't even look like a diaper bag. It's just like a really cute backpack, and it has all the storage space you could possibly need in it. This is way better than the diaper bag that I put on my registry. So this one has a ton of space, storage, all the things. I'll put some clips up close so you can kind of see inside the bag, but this is just an amazing bag, and it's so cute and it's so comfortable to wear as well. I'm so excited to have this. We do plan on having at least one more baby, and this just has so much space in it that I'll be able to keep stuff for my 1-year-old and a future baby hopefully in here. So tons of space in here, and it is just a gorgeous bag. It's so comfy to wear, like it's so soft. I took this to the coffee shop a few days ago and put my like laptop in it and everything, and it was just super comfy to wear. And I just love how much space is in here, all the little pockets and zippers and everything. It's just so nice to have something with so much storage space in it. So yeah, I would highly recommend this bag. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. You 100% need a diaper bag on your registry. It's a total necessity, and I would highly recommend this one from Omanmoli. The next thing on my list is the Snuggle Me Organic Lounger. We used this so often. We definitely had our baby in this Snuggle Me a ton the first few months. She was so comfy in it, and she would take little naps in it while we were watching, of course, and it was just perfect for us. I highly recommend it to all the new parents that I know, and it was just a total necessity. You need somewhere to lay your baby when they're really little, and the fact that the Snuggle Me kind of holds them in and makes them feel all cozy is just perfect. The Snuggle Me is definitely a little bit of a pricey item. They do make some loungers that are cheaper on Amazon, so you could probably check those out too. I'm sure they're like very similar, but the Snuggle Me is the one that we have, and we're definitely going to use it for the next baby as well. The next item is like a two-part. So I loved having a baby wrap when Lila was super little, and then when she got a little bit bigger and she could face out, I liked having the baby carrier, like the more structured carrier. So you can really do anything you want here. Like there are so many different brands. There are like Amazon dupes of different brands. I got the Boba wrap, like the wrap carrier, and I loved that when she was really little. And then I have the Tula carrier for like, we use that now, and then when she got a little bit bigger, and she just loves to face out. So that's what we use now, and it's nice to be able to still use it while she's a little bit bigger. And you can also use it like on your back. They can be front facing, they can face you. You can use it when they're super little. I would get both if you can, but if you can only get one, I would get the structured carrier. The next item on my list is a car seat cover slash blankets. So you definitely need something to cover the car seat up when you go on walks, or when you're like in the store, if the baby's sleeping and they want it to be dark, and also if the sun is in their eyes, it really helps to have a cover. So you can get like a specific cover that's made for car seats. The one that I had was also also made for like breastfeeding cover up as well. It was nice to have one product do so many different things. You can also just use a blanket. We had tons of baby blankets that we still use now. You'll probably be gifted some baby blankets at your shower, so you may not need to put them on your list, but it's always fun to show people the kind of things that you like and like your color scheme and stuff, so you can put some of those things on your list. And the last thing in the general category is sleepers. So little sleeping outfits that babies use. I love the ones that zip up, and then the ones where you can fold over the mittens and the feet. So they just stay in these a lot longer if you get the ones that like fold over instead of the ones that are already just footed, because then they can kind of grow a little bit taller and still fit into them. Like Lila has some that are still like 6 to 9 months that she can still wear because they don't have the feet. So highly recommend. I love the Little Sleepies brand, but I also love this brand from Amazon. We had like 4 different ones from this brand on Amazon, and they fit her for a really long time. So you definitely want some sleepers, and I really like the ones that zip up and are like the lightweight bamboo material. The next category is going to be diaper changing. So the first thing I would recommend is having a diaper cream and a spatula. So our favorite diaper cream is the Desitin brand. It's just what works best. It's the only one we've really like used consistently, and we really like this one. You can find it at Target, and that's the one that we use. And I love the spatula as well, so definitely get a pack of those on Amazon. It just makes it so much easier. You just slather it on there and don't have to get your hands all grimy and gross with all the diaper rash cream. The next thing is a wipeable changing pad. So we got the Skip Hop one. I really wanted the Kikaroo, but the Skip Hop was just a little bit cheaper. If you know, you know. It's really good to have one that's wipeable, and these are kind of like the rubbery material that's really easy to clean off. So highly recommend. I think for baby number 2 in the future, we would probably get the Skip Hop one again, or maybe try the Kikaroo out. And then the last thing in the diaper changing category is a diaper pail. There are so many different brands. I really feel like you can't go wrong because they all work. We have 2 different ones. We have the Diaper Genie and we have the Munchkin Step, and they both work just fine. We just ended up being gifted an extra one, so we kept it and still use it. So highly recommend having a diaper pail. Some people just use their regular trash can, which is fine too, but I find that the trash just ends up smelling really bad, and if you're not taking the trash out like once or twice a day, it's gonna like make your whole house stink. So I would recommend one that's specifically for diapers. Definitely a good thing to add to your registry. The next category is bath time. So I know most people mention this bathtub, but I'm gonna mention it too because I loved it. It's the Angel Care bathtub. You can get it at Target or Amazon for like 20 bucks. It's super affordable and it just works. Like, it's just a really good product. You just put the baby in there, they kind of sit up, and you're able to kind of, you know, get their hair wet and wash their body. I always would put like a washcloth, like a wet, warm washcloth on Lila to keep her warm while she was in it, because they're not like fully submerged in the water. Highly recommend the Angel Care bathtub though. It's just a really simple bathtub that really works. And then you're definitely going to need some baby wash. So I really like the ones that are shampoo and body wash. I think most of them are like a 2-for-1. These are the ones that we use. We use the Pipette and the Cetaphil. So these both work really well for us, and we still are using them. Like, they're still not out yet. And then also a bath thermometer. So we have this one. I just got it on Amazon for like $10. It's just this little bath thermometer. So you just stick it in the bathtub. It just tells you what the water temperature is, and you want it to be like 100 or less. I think like basically body temperature is a good temperature for the water, and it just will flash red if it's too hot, or it will flash blue if it's too cold. So I really like that, because sometimes when you just stick your hand in the water, you can't really tell if it's too hot or not. So definitely get a bath thermometer. It just kind of gives you like peace of mind. Okay, the next category is sleeping. So this is probably the biggest category on the list. So the first thing I have on the list is one I don't see a ton of people mention, but it really worked for us when Lila was little, and it's the baby shusher. So we absolutely loved this thing up until she was probably like 6 or 8 months old. We used it every night to kind of like soothe her to sleep in her crib. So highly recommend. It just makes like a shushing sound. I'll play it. So it literally just shushes the baby. It just gives them like a sense of calm and helps them fall asleep. So highly recommend the shusher, especially if you have a baby that it's kind of hard to get to sleep. You're gonna try out all these different things, and I would just recommend putting a lot of this stuff on your registry so you have it when you are having a hard night with your baby. That way you can kind of pull out all the tricks and see what your baby likes specifically. The next thing for sleeping is sleep sacks. So we never really swaddled Lila. We had like some zip up swaddles that we used like for maybe the first week or two, but then we really didn't use swaddles anymore. She just kind of liked a sleep sack. So that's what we did for her, but I know a lot of people love swaddles. So I think it's good to put a few swaddles on your registry and then put a few sleep sacks as well. Like I was saying for the shusher, it's good to have different things when it comes to sleeping because you just don't know what your baby's gonna like, and sleep is the most precious thing when you're a new parent and you just want to be able to get a few hours of sleep. So I would definitely recommend putting a lot of different sleeping things on your list because that is going to be like your priority for the first few months, is getting more sleep. The next thing on my list is a portable sound machine. So we had this one. We actually had two of them. So I think I just got them on Amazon, and it's just the Hush by Yoga Sleep little sound machine. And I love this sound machine. It was so nice. We would have like separate sleep stations that we had set up in my parents' house because we stayed with them while we had Lila as a newborn. So we would have like the downstairs bedroom would have one of these in it, the upstairs bedroom would have one of them in it, the living room we would keep one, like we would just have them everywhere. So it's good to have a few of these. I also would keep one in the car seat because it would help her sleep in the car. You just definitely need a portable sound machine. It's just a necessity. You can use these as your main sound machine and just plug it in. You can totally do that, or you can get something like a Hatch. So we have the Hatch in her room now, but we really didn't use it a lot when she was a little baby. We use it every night now that she's in her own room, but when she was sleeping with us, we just used this. So I would recommend putting the Hatch on your list because it's really nice to have when they do go in their own room. It's nice to have that. You can also just get a regular sound machine. Like I think when we have another baby, I don't even know if I would get the Hatch. I would just get like a little bit cheaper of a sound machine that they have at like Target or Amazon, because we really only use it for the white noise. The next thing in the sleep category is a bassinet. So I'm here to tell you I tried all the bassinets and you really don't need anything fancy. Like just get whichever one you want. Your baby will eventually figure out like the whole sleeping situation, and it just takes a while sometimes. So I got this bassinet from Amazon, the Baby Delight, and it worked great for us. We put it right by my side of the bed and it would fold down so you could easily get the baby in and out, which was nice. And it was just nice to have her right next to us for so many months. So highly recommend just getting a bassinet that works for you and your family in your price range. You really don't need anything super fancy. The next thing I have is this egg light. So this is really, really wonderful for waking up in the middle of the night. Let me see if it's charged. Yeah. So you can kind of see it lights up, and it also do different colors. So it's like changing colors right now, but you can also just have it do like the regular light, which is what we did, but like you can hold it down and it'll dim and get brighter, which is really nice. So I definitely recommend this for late night feedings. This is definitely something we will use for baby number 2. So highly recommend that. The last thing in the sleep category is the Baby Merlin sleep sacks. So I absolutely would have simply passed away without the Baby Merlin Magic Merlin sleep suits. This is when she really started sleeping well, is when we found the sleep sacks from Baby Merlin. So highly recommend. I just loaned them to a friend, but that's something I'll definitely be getting back for the next baby, next go around. So highly recommend the Baby Merlin Magic sleep suits. They are amazing. They look kind of funny, but they just work, like they just do. So definitely recommend putting that on your registry. The next category is Playtime. So the first thing on my list is a mat of some sort that the baby can lay on and like play with the things above. And I would recommend this one, the Kick Piano mat. I feel like everybody recommends this. It went viral on TikTok. Like one of the little songs, like the Purple Monkey song, is really popular. I know everybody knows that. If you're a parent, you know. So I would definitely recommend just getting a mat that you like, but this one is a really good recommendation. You can also get the Love Every mat. I know that one's really popular. We have that one as well. So it was nice to have like some stuff in the living room and some stuff upstairs, but you definitely need at least one good play mat to be able to put your baby on. Next thing in the Playtime category is the Skip Hop Activity Center. This is something I actually bought when Lila was like 4 or 5 months old, so I didn't have it on my registry, or maybe I had it on my registry but nobody got it for me. I can't remember. but I would definitely put it on your registry because you do end up using it like when they're 4 or 5 months old. They're holding their head up by then and they're able to put like weight on their feet. It was just really fun. She loved playing in this, and it does convert into a table and you can buy little chairs for it, so we're gonna do that eventually. But it definitely was just such a good playtime toy for her. She would spend like 30 minutes at a time in there and I could get some things done, and she really just loved it. So I will definitely be reusing it, and I would highly recommend you put it on your registry. The next thing for playtime are black and white books. So this is one of Lila's favorites from when she was little. It just has a bunch of different baby animals in it, and it's literally just what it is. It's a black and white book. So definitely put some black and white books and black and white toys. They make like black and white cards that come with mirrors and things like that that you can do. So definitely just have some black and white toys because your baby won't be able to see color at first, and it's really good for their eyes to just like learn to adjust to the contrast of black and white. So highly recommend that. And the last thing in the playtime category is a bouncy seat. So we had a bouncy seat upstairs, we had one downstairs, we had one at my parents' house, we had one at Andy's parents' house. So bouncy seats galore. You definitely need one. It's just so nice to be able to put your baby down and like take a shower, or put your baby down and eat something. You just have to think about the things that are really easy to do now when you don't have a kid, and then think about how much tougher it's going to be when you do have a kid and what you can do to make it a little bit easier. And having a bouncy seat or two is definitely a necessity. Okay, we are getting close. So the second to last category is feeding, and I mostly formula fed. I did breastfeed for the first few weeks, but it just did not work out for me. My mental health was really bad. I've posted on here before, but I did have really bad postpartum depression, so breastfeeding did not last long for me. So that's a whole other story, but I would highly recommend, if you are gonna formula feed, getting the Baby Brezza formula maker. I absolutely loved this thing, and it was so easy for everybody to use. Like my parents knew how to use it, Andy used it, like we used it multiple times every single day. So I would highly recommend it. It just made things so much easier just to be able to push a button and the formula was made. Like, it was amazing. I will definitely be reusing it. And then the last thing in the feeding category are burp cloths. So highly recommend just getting a couple packs from Amazon. We got these ones right here. They were just super easy to use. I think we got white and green, and they were just perfect. You just put it on your shoulder, you've got the baby up here, you're going to be wiping things all the time, you're going to be cleaning spit up, you're going to be cleaning milk spilled everywhere. You just need a bunch of burp cloths, and they're super affordable and just a total necessity. Okay, the last category is going to be health. So the first thing on here is a thermometer. So you do want to get a rectal thermometer. They're just the most accurate. It's just really easy to use too. So rectal thermometer is definitely a necessity. And then I also put on here teething gel. So once your baby starts getting teeth, it can be really, really painful, obviously. So they're going to be fussy and they're going to be not sleeping as well. So having like these teething gels are really, really helpful. We used the ones that had like the swab in it, and you just would kind of like place it on the baby's teeth and rub it in, and it just made it a lot easier. So that's what we used. We didn't have to use it for too long. More teeth are coming in now, but she hasn't been nearly as fussy as she was when like the front little ones were coming in when she was really little. So highly recommend some teething gel. And then the last thing on the list is Tylenol or Motrin. We used the dye-free version, and it was just super easy. We just used the dropper that came with it. We didn't like use a special dropper or like special pacifier or anything. We just used the one that came with it, and it worked fine. And we haven't had to give her Tylenol very often, but sometimes when her teeth are really hurting her is when we give it to her. So that is everything on my list. I really hope you guys got something out of this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions about any of these products, or if I missed anything, definitely leave me a comment and let me know. I would love to chat with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I will see you in the next video.